When she first said those words, I froze. We were at a party surrounded by her friends, and she casually dropped the sentence, "My ex was better than you," loud enough for everyone to hear. The room erupted in laughter. Some chuckled awkwardly, others laughed openly, and I felt my pride shatter. My girlfriend stood there smirking, enjoying the humiliation she had thrown my way. That night, I didn't argue or defend myself. I just smiled faintly and stored every second of that humiliation in my heart. I had always treated her with respect. I supported her dreams, helped her financially, and even distanced myself from friends who didn't like her. But that day, I realized she never truly valued me. She saw me as a toy to play with, a man she could mock to entertain her circle. I didn't show anger in front of her. Instead, I played the role of a calm and silent fool, which made her even more confident that she had broken me. The next day, she behaved as if nothing had happened. She asked me to pick her up from work, to take her shopping, to pay for her new phone. I did everything, hiding my true feelings. I wanted her to believe I was still under her spell. But deep inside, I was planning something she would never forget. Revenge wasn't going to be loud. It was going to be quiet, patient, and devastating. I started digging into her life. I knew she had secrets she hadn't told me, things she thought I would never discover. With a little effort, I learned that she was secretly meeting her so-called better ex, the one she compared me to. She wasn't just meeting him, she was begging him to take her back. The irony made me laugh. The same woman who laughed at me in front of everyone was trying desperately to return to someone who had already discarded her once. Instead of confronting her, I decided to turn her own game against her. I started collecting proof, screenshots of her messages, photos of her sneaking around, and even recordings of her phone calls when she thought I was asleep. Every piece of evidence became part of the puzzle I would later use to destroy her image. Meanwhile, I acted more loving than ever. I bought her gifts, took her out, and made her believe I was still loyal and blind. She bragged to her friends about how I was obsessed with her, how I couldn't leave her even if she humiliated me. Every time she mocked me, I smiled, knowing her fall was getting closer. Finally, the right moment came. She invited me to a gathering with her friends again, the same circle that had laughed at me before. This time, I was prepared. I acted sweet, polite, and quiet as usual. But when everyone was relaxed, I connected my phone to the speakers and played the recordings of her begging her ex to take her back. The room fell silent as her voice echoed, "You're the only man who ever satisfied me. My current boyfriend is nothing compared to you." Her face turned pale, and the same friends who once laughed at me now laughed at her. Some gasped in shock, others whispered in disgust. Then I displayed the screenshots of her messages on the TV screen I had synced in advance. She tried to snatch my phone, but it was too late. Everyone had already seen the truth. The queen who once mocked me was now the clown in front of her own kingdom. She broke down crying, begging me to stop, but I wasn't done. I calmly said, "You once said your ex was better than me. Maybe you should run back to him, but make sure you take your shame with you." And with that, I walked out, leaving her drowning in humiliation. The fallout was brutal for her. Word spread quickly through her circle and beyond. Her friends cut ties with her ex refused to take her back, and her reputation collapsed overnight. She had once thrived on attention and admiration, but now all she received was ridicule. She became the subject of gossip, a fallen queen with no one left to defend her. She tried to reach out to me afterward. She called, texted, even showed up at my workplace crying and apologizing. But my heart had hardened. I ignored every attempt because my silence was the sharpest weapon. She had chosen laughter over loyalty, mockery over respect, and now she was paying the price. As weeks passed, I rebuilt my life without her shadow. I focused on my career, reconnected with old friends, and found peace in the quiet satisfaction that justice had been served. People who once pitied me now respected me for the way I handled the situation. Meanwhile, she spiraled. Without her circle's support, she became isolated. Her ex blocked her, her friends mocked her, and the new people she tried to impress always found out about her past betrayal. She had lost everything, not because I ruined her directly, but because I simply revealed who she really was. And that was the sweetest part of it all. I didn't have to scream or fight. I just let the truth speak louder than her lies. She thought humiliating me in front of everyone was a game. She never expected that my quiet revenge would end her game forever. In the end, I walked away with dignity, while she was left broken in the ruins of her own arrogance. My revenge wasn't loud, it was silent, patient, and unforgettable. She destroyed herself, and all I did was give her the mirror she had been running from.